Yeah, hi there, Zapata 207. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. Alright, so it looks like you're working really hard on integrated speaking. That seems to be where you want to make your improvements, am I right? Okay, so let's listen to the first one. This is task number 3.
The reading passage discusses the newspaper's article regarding allowing the students to eat in the classes, and in the conversation
regarding what kind of students? That's what I'm having trouble. Hold on.
Regarding allowing the students to eat in the classes, and in the...
You mean allowing students. So I had some trouble understanding that idea.
Conversation, the two students are talking about this article. According to the article, the author believes that by letting a student eat in the classes, the students will have deeper concentration, and also they can have in-session parties. In the conversation, the male student disagrees with this proposal. First of all, he believes that eating in the classes disrupts other students. Actually, it breaks other students' concentration. Also, he believes that the in-session classes are very important. Actually, professors usually review all the important questions and prepare students for exam. That's why spending the last session on having party is a waste of time. That's why the male student disagrees with this proposal.
Okay, so let's take a look at the rubrics here for just a minute so I can accurately score this one. I think overall you seem to have a pretty good connection of ideas, so I think from a topic development standpoint you did a pretty good job. You had good control of your language use. In the beginning of your response, this relates to delivery. I had trouble with the word allowing, and there were a few other areas in your speech that weren't exactly as clear as they could be. So that's kind of the issue right there. So other than delivery, I think it was a good response. So I'm going to put you at about 24 points out of 30, 3.1 out of 4. So if you scored lower than 4, it's probably because of some delivery issues. Alright, let's move ahead.
The reading passage offers a general definition of comfort zone bias, and in the listening passage, the professor uses an example to illustrate this concept.
Good, very good introduction.
According to the reading, comfort zone bias occurs when one...
I'll say comfort zone bias. So when you're saying those 3 words, put equal emphasis on all of those. So comfort zone bias.
Doesn't want to experience new things because those new things are out of his or her comfort zone. The professor uses an example of his friend to illustrate this concept.
Okay. His
friend always wanted to become a film reviewer, but he couldn't find any...
He always wanted to become what?
To illustrate this concept. His friend always wanted to become a film reviewer, but he couldn't find...
Can't get that. I can't understand exactly. From 34 to 36 seconds, there were a few words in there I was having trouble with.
So he started to become a reporter. And after several years, he became a good reporter. And out of blue, the film reviewer in his company fired. So he had an opportunity to become a film reviewer, but he rejected the opportunity because it was out of his comfort zone.
Because it was out of his comfort zone. Okay, on this one, again, it's mostly delivery, I think. I think you're doing a pretty good job with language use. Didn't notice any problems there. Good topic development. You had a good, clear organization of ideas. Again, there were a few words in there I could not understand. And that's why on this practice test, I'm going to put you at about 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30. Now, I got a feeling some of the problems you might be having here could be with the microphone, so you need to make some adjustments. I want you to practice holding the microphone either farther or closer to your mouth. Maybe it might be too close because I'm getting some distortion in your audio that you're sending me. And that's making it hard to understand some of the words that you're saying. So you need to get a little more comfortable speaking into a microphone and making sure that you can capture as clearly as possible your speech. All right, so this one again, 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30. All right, let's keep going.
There's a conversation between two students regarding the man's problem. Actually, he's facing a problem with housing. His previous roommate left the door, so right now he has no roommate. There are two possible solutions. The first solution that is offered by girl is to take a new roommate.
It's offered by who? I would say not take a new roommate, to either find or get a new roommate. That would be better word choice there. But let me listen to the beginning again. You're making me work too hard to understand what you're saying.
There's a conversation between two students regarding the man's problem. Actually, he's facing a problem with housing.
So he's facing a problem with, I would say, housing. So I had some trouble understanding that.
Left the door, so right now he has no roommate. There are two possible solutions. The first solution that is offered by girl is...
That's offered by what? I'm not sure who is saying that. Are you saying offered by the girl, maybe?
To take a new roommate.
I would say to find or get a new roommate.
Although the new roommate will not be compatible with him. Another solution that comes to the mind of the man is that he can live off campus with several of his friends.
Okay.
If it were up to me, I chose the second option for a couple of reasons. First,
now, you say that a lot. I'll choose the second option for a couple of reasons, but that's a very contrived response. Just say, I'll choose the second option. Then say first of all. Then say second of all, and then you're fine. So avoid using what I consider a contrived or memorized type sentence, and you use it over and over and over. And guess what? Other students also use exactly the same kind of sentence during the TOEFL speaking, and it doesn't show a good range of grammar and vocabulary.
Well, I think by living with several people off campus, he can spend less money on housing. Also, by doing this,
I gotta check your language use here, hold on.
If it were up to me, I chose the second option for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think by living with several people off campus, he can spend less money on housing. Also, by doing that, he can walk to the university every morning. That is very enjoyable and interesting. At the beginning.
Okay, so I think on this one, from the rubrics, I think some delivery and some language use issues on this. Remember the word take versus get or find. So usually we don't say we're going to take a roommate. I would just say we're going to get or find a roommate. Right, so some problems in two of those areas, but still you had a very organized response. I liked how you gave your argument at the end there. So I don't know, 26 on this one, I'm going to say probably not. Because if I give you 26, I'm saying it's going to score in the 4 range. And I doubt it on this one. So I'm going to put you at about 3.0 to 3.1, 23 to 24 points out of 30 on this practice test. And that's it. Remember, just post 3 practice tests per day. And I'll give you comments on those. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Marcelok, and I am Michael, the founder owner. and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And how are you today? It is Saturday, July 30. I helped one of my friends move this morning from about 7 to 10, so I came home and I'm now grading some speaking practice tests, and you're the second one I've graded today. So you did independent speaking practice test number 19. So which characteristic do you prefer in a friend? Reliable, humorous, or intelligent? So again, these speaking tasks actually appeared on the TOEFL IBT exam.
I would prefer an intelligent friend because we will be able to share ideas and create a new business. First of all, an intelligent friend will be able to find new solutions to the current problems. For instance, if I were solving some difficult exercises, he will be able to find new solutions or the easy ones. In addition, sharing our ideas and...
I like that. I liked how you did that pause and you didn't say anything in the pause. So you're eliminating, for the most part, those distracting conversation fillers. So keep it up.
Knowledge, we will be able to create a new business and start earning money. Overall, because of that, I would prefer an intelligent friend.
I liked it. I think you did a pretty good job on this one. So good topic development, a very strong, coherent organization with some relevant supporting details. But you weren't as specific as you could be. You talked about solving a problem with some exercises, but you weren't able to explain what the exercises were or are, so you could probably get a little more specific with some of the vocabulary that you're using. You're getting better with your delivery. It's not perfect, but you're definitely making improvements. I think it's possible you could get a score of 3 on this. Probably not a 4, though, because of some delivery issues. So I'm going to put you at 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30 on this practice test. Hi there, these comments are for Ben Chen, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. So how are you today? It's Saturday, July 30, and you posted this particular practice test about 9 hours ago while I was sleeping. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the question first. So this is independent speaking practice test number 4. If you were to move to another city, which city would you choose?
If I were moved to another city in my country, I would choose Taipei because living in Taipei is very convenient. For example,
okay, you're saying it's convenient, and that's it. So maybe this is your strategy, to only focus in one area and then provide enough supporting details to illustrate that point. So let's see how you do.
In Taipei, there are convenience stores almost everywhere within walking distance. And most of them sell hot foods. So if I live in Taipei, I would not need to cook by myself anymore. Also,
and point in the word, put that word in there, it would be more convenient because I would not have to cook all my food by myself. So make sure as you give the example, relate it back to the idea of why it's more convenient for you, and that way you have a very tight organization.
The transportation system in Taipei is also convenient. I can call taxis in every corner of the city, and if I'm on a budget, the subways and buses can take me to most places in Taipei.
Good. I like how you corrected yourself. You said can took and you said can take. That's good. You got some kind of error correction going on, which is pretty good. So keep it up. Okay, so let's take a look here. I think overall, I liked how you just focused on that one idea, convenient, and then you gave two examples in terms of the frequency of the stores and the transportation, and you showed how those two things were more convenient for you. Not too many problems, I think, with this one. Good language use, good topic development, and you spoke clearly for the most part. So I liked it, honestly. I think it's possible you could get a score 4 on this one. It's possible. So I'm going to put you at 3.1 to 3.3, 24 to 26 points out of 30 on this practice test. I got a couple more practice tests here to grade, and I will be done today. And then what? I have to go to the pool place and get a part for some of the cleaning equipment in my pool. Alright, let's take a look here. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for SSA, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you're doing the integrated speaking task number 5. So it's listening, speaking, and it's more campus related or casual in terms of the content.
The woman in the listening passage won an award for the story that she had written. But her problem that the award ceremony is within the same time of her biology exam. So she has to postpone solutions. The first one that she can write 5 pages paper instead of attending the exam as.
Nah, you're struggling. You're struggling with this one. You're having some hesitations and some pauses in there. For whatever reason, you're not comfortable explaining this idea. I can tell.
Her teacher told her. The second option, which the man suggests for her, that she can find someone to take the award on her behalf. Personally, I would suggest for her to write the 5 pages paper because she already knows.
I would just say to write the 5-page paper, not to write the 5 pages paper. So remember, if I say the paper is 5 pages long, I'm using pages as a noun. If I say it is a 5-page paper, I'm now using page as an adjective. And adjectives, SSA, do not take the plural S ending.
A lot of ideas about that paper, and if she's worrying about the time, she can schedule her time and organize it. And by that way, she will not disappoint her parents who wants to see her on the stage.
Okay.
So that's why I suggest to write the 5 pages paper.
That's why I suggest that she write the 5-page paper or something. Okay, this one not so good. So I think delivery issues, some language use issues, especially with a 5-page paper or a paper which is 5 pages long, you had trouble trying to explain that idea. A lot of awkward pauses and hesitations in there. So I'm going to put you at about 2.83 out of 4, 22 points out of 30 on this practice test. This was not your best one, so you got distracted. You seemed to be a little bit distracted when you were doing the response, so you got to maintain your focus. Remember, even if somebody's in the room, if they're talking or the TV's on, you still have to concentrate on that task. So really work hard as you do your practice in my course. Make sure you can 100% focus on that speaking task and don't let anybody else distract you. All right? Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Dieta79, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. I got nothing better to do than to listen to your practice test. Right now in California, where I live, it's 105 degrees. It's 70% humidity, and we're supposed to have thunderstorms later on today, so it is hot. So I'm inside. However, I have no air conditioning. Why? My wife is in Utah with my son, so I don't want to turn on the air conditioner for one person. It costs too much money, so I at least have a fan, so it's kind of hot. But who cares? I'm listening to your practice test right now. That's the main thing, right? So you did independent speaking practice test number 198. So let's take a look at what this practice test is. It says, talk about a time you accidentally caused trouble for someone else. Describe what you did and how you tried to correct the problem. So interesting question. Alright, so let's take a look at what you said. And remember that I am very confident in your speaking ability. You definitely have you definitely have a good, very good delivery pretty much. You have good control of your vocabulary and your grammar and so on. So let's take a look at how you answered this question.
I remember once when I was in university that I accidentally caused a big problem for my friend Sarah. I had to help her with her biology report because it was one of her graduation requirements. But I had to travel to my hometown to attend a wedding, and I forgot to inform her. She had to work on the project on her own, and she was not able to finish it in a proper way, and she got a grade C. She was very upset and I felt guilty. Therefore, I went to her professor and I explained the situation. She was very kind and she gave her another chance to resubmit the biology report. At that time, I helped her and this ended her up getting an A grade. And that's what was the situation and how
I got to check something. I got to check how you said that last part there.
And she gave her another chance to resubmit the biology report. At that time, I helped her, and this ended her up getting an A grade.
No, and ended up with her getting an A grade. That's how I would say that. So you had some honest language use problems. So again, I helped her, and she ended up getting an A grade. That's how I would say that.
That's what was the situation and how I solved it.
Okay, pretty good.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Can you please grade this question? Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I apologize. It looks like it must have gotten onto the second page. I forgot about it. Crap. I apologize. Didn't mean to do that. So, okay, let's give me your. I'm going to give you your comments now. So, I think overall it was a pretty good response with 2 rough spots. At the very end, you had a language use issue, and you had some minor delivery issues with the response. But overall, it was good. I'm going to put you at 24 points out of 30 on this. If you scored lower than 4 on this practice test, it might be because of delivery and language use. And that's it for today.